You have just watched a video of two people discussing pros and cons of leasing versus owning a property. This segment will describe some of the financial techniques you can use to help make the lease versus own decision. You will take a knowledge check at the end to assess your grasp of the material. In this segment, we will introduce the net present value and internal rate of return techniques for comparing the cost of leasing and owning. Two methods CCIM uses to compare leasing and owning costs are the NPV and IRR of the differential method. The NPV method compares the MPVs, discounted costs, the cash flows for each of the alternatives. The IRR of the differential method calculates the IRR, or internal rate of return, of the difference between owning and leasing alternatives. Since the timing and amounts of cash flows for leasing versus owning are so different, we use annual cash flows after tax in both methods. Regardless of which method is used, the holding period for the leasing and owning alternatives must be the same. The NPV method reduces the owning and leasing alternatives to their annual cash flows after tax, applying the user's appropriate after-tax discount rate. An NPV is calculated for each alternative. Generally speaking, corporate users typically use their after-tax weighted average cost of capital as the discount rate, and non-corporate users typically use their after-tax opportunity cost. When the NPVs are derived, they are compared to each other, where the greater number is always the superior economic choice. This may be obvious, but people can sometimes be confused about what greatest value is. Negative numbers all. Many of us, we need to shift our focus to the fact that these costs and the NPVs will be negative. In a case with two negative NPVs, you are looking for the choice in which you spend the least. In any case, when comparing the present cost of owning versus leasing, visualize a number line and choose the value furthest to the right. Click on the examples to see illustrations of this. The IRR of the differential method involves subtracting the cash flows after tax of the lease alternative from the purchase alternative and finding the IRR of the resulting differential T-bar. The resulting internal rate of return tells us the discount rate at which the two alternatives are equal. It also represents the yield on the investment the user makes when they choose own rather than lease. If the IRR of the differential is higher than the user's cost of funds, then they should own. If the IRR is lower than the cost of funds, then they are better off leasing and avoiding the large down payment that comes with owning. We'll go into more detail on how to do this in a later segment. You've just seen the two financial techniques that you can use to help make the lease versus decision and take a knowledge check to assess your grasp of the material. In the next segment of this course, we will go in more detail about the NPV method of comparing purchase and lease alternatives.